who's back again for a third season.
Hard on the brakes now, and it still is Veda Pratama that leads from Brian Uriarte.
Since Mario Aggi was Super Mario and that little pint-sized rocket he was several years ago. Ramersdorfer, who started third, finds himself in 11th.
Yeah, and then that's no... and Hakim Danish, with nobody out of these three showing that they've got a little bit extra. Of course, Veda would...
now, but Pratama, he's all over the back now of Hakim Danish. This is really great.
You know, it's not a bad place to be in normal circumstances, but when you started on the front row of the grid, you really hope for more. He came through the pack and caught them, but he's been at the front, he's been unable to break away.
To see.
Absolutely superb stuff. Now, he didn't fly past them on the brakes, he wasn't quite close enough on that, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. They are not working together and hunting them down, unfortunately. It's now...
maybe he's going to try again.
Well, this is a replay into turn one. Pratama
lap, but he's going to be close now on the run in down to the final tight left.
3.8. The gap as Morelli, speedway style, slides it into turns. Looking very, very neat indeed. I mean, what I was saying earlier, Peter, about him doing the Junior World
Hander to end lap 3. These guys are super quick pace.
6 there to try and take back the 4th position from Carter Thompson. He does. Championship this year. He came here and he really did spectacularly well in Rookies Cup. This would like to make a correction of myself as we see Veda Pratama going up the inside. Then he's, well, that's not no plan B. Absolutely nailing it. But then there's Beñat Fernandez coming up the inside now. It was the only series he was racing in Europe last year, whereas now with Junior GP as well as Pratama and normally a place to overtake, is it? Goodness me.
No.
Sorry, Peter, I was going to correct myself. We said that Singapore went down in the...
Yeah, and they're, as I say, they're all lapping a second slower than they did in practice as well. Morelli was...
we are to go very wide indeed. Goodness me! Boys! That was not necessary. Opening crash. It wasn't him, it was actually Lucas Brown, so our live timing was entirely wrong.
Not second faster than that in qualifying.
There is your third. Good grace!
Yeah,
good gracious me.
If you're going to exceed track limits, you know, exceed track limits.
You might as well do it. Not sure what happened there, but Singapore unfortunately started sick, down in 21st.
Yeah, so maybe...
play third position on the grid rider, Ramersdorfer then. Very easily identifiable, bright, bunny hop with it as well, Brian.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, I mean, with the extra experience here in Europe, living over here, and
was involved in that anyway.
Maybe he was a rider that went wide or something over the gravel.
Right, so Veda up the inside.
Red helmet, Austrian flag colours. Thank you, Ramersdorfer, for making our lives a lot easier. Understanding the culture, because that does impact their performance on track as well, Peter, doesn't it? You know, how strong is Veda?
On Uriarte, no, he can't do it, but he's got past Hakim Danish, the pole man. And
same goes for the likes of Christian Daniel Jr. as well. He's currently in 9th spot. He's got the big start. Time are going to be all season long. I think Indonesia and Malaysia, mind you, with Hakim Danish in his 3rd year.
And Veda now sitting in a very threatening looking 2nd place behind Brian Uriarte.
Stars and stripes all over his the American red, white and blue as well, as you can see. But it can be very, very excited indeed about their future prospects.
Absolutely, these guys are the class act, aren't they? Yeah. You know, and of course Pratama set the fastest lap of the race so far in taking that 2nd position. There's no plan B. Marco Morelli, last year's winner here, that leads that group. Let's see if he... and it's Brian Uriarte, the local hero, who's the one who looks most rattled at the moment, as witness.
This is pretty fascinating, Peter. I mean, we're not seeing anything like this in Rookies Cup, with a trio breaking away.
Can break away from them. I don't think there's really any realistic hope of them putting any kind of a dent in the lead. That bit of grass cutting that he did just before.
I mean, that's the biggest bunny hop I've seen in Rookies Cup in the start of the race for quite some time, I would say. I'm surprised to see Pugliese and Morelli not
leading trio though.
Decent recovery for Singapore, who's actually off the back of this group we're seeing now. Yeah, so you know, we'll have to. I'm sure Red Bull will sort out a video of that and do the little measurement of how far off the ground he actually got. Further up, to be honest with you, but I've got to give a shout out to Carter Thompson. He's leading the chasers. He's in 14th position coming across the line, leading the likes of Ramadeepa, Da Costa, Agustin. Incredible.
He clearly doesn't have, you know, half a second up his sleeve or anything like that, does he? You know, they're
from the leading duo now. The number 50, well on the case in 4th place now.
Yeah, he does.
Stinelli, the Vietnamese rider, and also Monignane unfortunately falling back.
And all these guys have shown one way or another that they're very much on the limit.
And actually, as intelligent as Brian.
1:49.5, half a second slower than Uriarte and Co-up
in this race. I wanted to give a shout out to Monignane because he qualified 10th position, which is a crack. Is he any more or less intelligent than, you know, Veda Pratama and Hakim Danish in terms of his racecraft?
Front. Well, in fact, a full second slower than Veda Pratama, so they've got to find some
big step up that he's made, and he's looking really fit coming into this year as well. You can see how much. I think this lot are all pretty level, to be honest. Yeah. They're pretty smart, crafty lads already.
Pace as Carter and the rest of that second place group, if they're going to have any chance of catching this trio with
training he's been doing in the winter period. Great stuff.
And KJ, you know, he's going to be learning an awful lot from this. That's right, and I think the great thing is Hakim has learnt so much. You know, he was self-critical 11 laps to go. There's time in it, but they're not doing the pace at the moment. It's a high-quality battle. A lot of great riders around him. You know, last year's winner, not least of which in year 1 and year 2, he knew he made mistakes, and he did do that. He learnt things the hard way, but he has.
So, as we look down the order, David Gonzalez, another new name as well. He's,
of course, the number 95, and he'll pick up a lot from this. A really good step forward, as you say, man.
Carter,
you know, stashed that 2 years of experience away in that head of his, and looks like he's making
he's battling up further than he qualified. He qualified 12th position. Thompson's also been doing plenty of racing elsewhere in the World Supersport 300.
And good use of it.
Down the back straight, they come in this replay, and he's only a couple of spaces ahead of that, but he's still in that leading, that chasing pack, I should say, category. Got a win there towards the end last season, and podiums, and he's really been. This was Danish where he overtook Pratama for the lead, and just, yeah, oh wow, and it's Benyat Fernandez has recovered, number 7 now in 7th place as well, and it's setting the world alight there. I believe he's back there this year, although my World Superbike knowledge at the moment's been a little bit, makes him sit up a little bit as well. Very nice, just sending a bit of a message there. Come on, Hakim. It certainly wasn't a flash in the pan, a one lap speed from Ramersdorfer as he's in 5th place. Less than perhaps I would like, but it's been a hectic start to the MotoGP.
Right, and here we are again down the back straight again. It's still Hakim at the inside, but it's now Uriarte that comes.
So a bit of a recovery from that early lap, getting bullied out the way, I suppose, season, so we can't be across everything.
So Veda Pratama on the 54, still leading the race, leading that up the inside of Veda Pratama into 2nd place. Just a lap and a half remaining now. Let's see who's got. And Veda had a nasty moment there. I think the front sort of tucked. He'd almost lost it. He's recovered okay, but he's lost.